What's up YouTube? This is Bullseye82331 and today I'm going to be showing you how to change the rear tail light on a 2007 GMC Acadia. And so as you can see, this light is full of water. It has stopped working, and you can't just change the bulb on these lights. It's all one unit, and so we're going to change the whole thing. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. So the things you're gonna need is a new light. Like I said, the bulb is already in there. So the only thing on the back of this light is an actual plug, which you can see right there. So I'll show you how to do that. The other thing you're gonna need tools wise is a flathead screwdriver and a 7mm socket. You may not need an extension, but I just put an extension on there because I don't want this to get in the way of the light once I'm starting to work on the actual take the actual bolt out. So the first thing you're going to do is open the back hatch. You're going to take your screwdriver and you're going to see two little plastic grommets here. That is what you have to remove in order to get to the screws. So I'm just going to take my screwdriver, stick it in there, and you can see the little bolt right there. So get the bolt off. All right, so you got both of them out. Don't worry about these, that's for the bumper. So you got a 7mm bolt in there. That one's further back, so if you have a deep socket, you may not need an extension, but like I said, I have an extension, and the top one's there. So then you're gonna take your 7mm, and you're just gonna start. Make sure you don't lose these screws or bolts or anything. So we'll put them right here on the side. Take this one the rest of the way out. Once they're pretty loose, you can kind of do it by hand. Alright, this is number 2. Alright, then if you look at the old light, you can see there are 2 clips on the back. Those are what kind of hold the light in place. So the light is sitting in there like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come around to the side. I'm going to put my hands underneath right here, and then you just lift. So if you lift straight up like this, if you lift, it comes right out. All right, once you get it out, as you can see, we have a clip here. All right, so to get the clip off, you can either use a pick, or since I have the flathead screwdriver, I'm just going to use the flathead screwdriver. So what you want to do is you want to lift up. The camera will focus here. You want to lift up like so, and while you lift, you want to pull. Just like that. All right. And once the wire is out, as you can see, the light is totally disconnected. Now, I just saw something that I'm going to show you that we need to make sure we address before we put this back in. This light was getting wet, and so that's why it's not working. And this connector is actually wet. Like literally, there's physically water on there. I can see. See if you can see that. Yeah, so you see that drop of water. So we're going to make sure we dry this off real good. I might see if I have a can of air or something to kind of blow all those connections out and make sure that that corrosion stops in order to make this light start working again, because you definitely don't want to plug your new light in with water in the connections and in the connector. All right, so we got the new light, we got the connector all dried, cleaned up. It does look like the connector has been deteriorating a little bit on the socket, so we're going to plug this new light in, and then we're going to test it to make sure that it's working properly before we put it all back together. All right, so the new light is working, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the trunk so you can see what this looks like. As you can see, the light is blinking, and so we are good to go and put it back together. So what I'm going to do is we're going to pick it up again, and just like you took the old one off, you want to line up these 2 holes in here. So you see this one's kind of square and this one's perfectly round. So what you want to do is get the bottom one in first, and the bottom one is what gives you wiggle room. so that you can actually get it in. Make sure your wire isn't getting crimped or anything. And then what we're gonna do is just push it straight in, and you heard it click, and so that's what you want to happen. You want to get it just to kind of click, and then that means it's ready to be bolted back in place. All right, so we got our 7mm sockets or bolts tight with the socket. Then once you're done, you're going to put this clip back. Now these clips have a coarse running clip with a notch on the other side, so that's how they need to go back together. So you're going to want to push this one in its slot on this side, and then this one's going to snap into its slot on that side, just like that. You don't have to put these extremely tight. You want it tight, just snug, but it goes into a piece of plastic. And so when you re-bolt your actual light back in, you just want to get it snug, because you don't want to crack any plastic or anything like that. So that is how you change the rear passenger side tail light. If you end up having to do the driver's side, this will be exactly the same for either side. But I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.